Sorry about that. I thought I could reliably, quickly look up an article. A buddy of mine came in from California and he says, "Oh, they banned single family homes." I'm like, "What? What?" Admittedly, I don't pay attention to the news, but I figure somebody, and we got a fair amount of reach here. Somebody would have sent me an article about that. He says, "No, they've been keeping it from the news." And I'm like, how much can they be keeping it from news? Well, about as anything positive you could say about Russian viewpoints on the Ukraine war, like it's been purged. So I go to Google, completely worthless. I search California single home ban, and it gives me Hochul, the latest idiot Democrat the New Yorkers voted in because bibbity boppity boppity boo. Something about her, and no, that wasn't any California single home ban. Like, this should come up. And then I had to go to Bing. I think I found it on Bing, and then I spent the 7-8 minutes trying to find one article that would just tell me whether or not California bans the future construction and development of single home permits. And it's in the titles, but when you go into the article, dude, for all you journalists, mainstream media, and not even mainstream media types like Slate, Business Insider, all these articles where it said California effectively bans single family homes, right off the bat, you go into explaining why it's a good thing. You don't even tell me if it's true that they banned single family homes, that literally banned the American dream in California. You immediately go in and rationalize it because you're a bunch of leftist whores. And that's what you are. Whores for communism. That's all you are. And that's all a lot of you will ever be if you maintain your shape in the communist purges that will no doubt eliminate all the food. Just ask some Venezuelan women. And I'm not kidding, guys. You want to see something. You want to see that's what's fascinating is just go read the first articles that pop up. I pulled up one from Dr. Glenn Reynolds over at PJ Media. He didn't write it, but Dr. Glenn and Dr. Helen are good people. I'm like, okay, he'll just tell me the straight dope. But he's a conservative. He's going to at least tell me whether or not it's banned. Even The Economist. When California passed a thing, and even though it's highly controversial, we're going to tell you why it's a good thing. And how did you all, like literally all of them, except The Economist, racist zoning laws are a hallmark of California? What? You want to talk about racist? Black people don't like single family homes. Black people don't want a home. Really? Latinos don't want to have a home? Oh, you're saying only what? Whites want a single family home? Oh, for you minority, all you non-white people. No, you don't get homes. You get condominiums. And then there was even one that painted it as a battle between the millennials and the baby boomers. I'm like, yeah, tell me. So it was NIMBY versus YIMBY. NIMBY not in my backyard. All these rich boomers trying to prevent housing developments, which is kind of true. that is kind of true. Not my own backyard, but then the YIMBY, yes, in my backyard. YIMBY millennials. Wow, did you just pull that out of your ass, Mr. Person I'm not going to look up because you're a nobody who wrote the article? What, millennials don't want single family homes? Now, I don't know if you know much about California's geography, but yeah, I mean, it's crowded in the cities, but it's a huge state. There's plenty of land inland. If you built some desalinization plants so you get some more water, you could build towns right in the middle of the desert, or kind of that semi-dry, semi-arid as you go up into the Sierra Nevadas, or if you go further up north of the coast. You could build what? I really, for even if you're a minority and you disagree with because evil white man, okay, fine. Evil white man. I got a meeting, the Evil White Man Association. I'm not meeting my quota of oppressing women and minorities this week. I'm in trouble. I got 3 demerit points. I'm a bad racist. All right, let's just say, do you realize how condescending and limiting this view is for you people? Like if you're a millennial minority, I figured they'd fit women in there. I don't know. But millennials and minorities, or just Californians in general, you're not allowed to have a house. You people over there, you stay in your cramped condos. You stay in your apartment dwellings. You don't get a yard. Like, do you not see it? Do you not see who's on your team here? I don't know if I'm necessarily, like on your team. I'm kind of like, well, you should be able to get a home. I guess that makes me on your team. I'm not against you. I'm not on their team. And it just shows you how stupid it is. The Economist is a joke of a newspaper now. Don't even watch it. Don't even read it. But it shows you just what literal whores for socialism they are. Because it's such an easy, again, the guy in the manhole cover in Die Hard, I got the switch right here. I could shut it down. Nope. The thinking talking heads, the ones who do the thinking for you, say, nope, we got to eliminate single family homes. And the guy in the manhole cover in Die Hard say, can't we build both? Why can't we build both? Not everybody wants a house. Not everybody wants a condo. And by the way, Democrats of California, did you know some minorities and some women weren't in these articles, and millennials might want a single family home? Like, what? They complain about the housing shortage. And so they're going to take the houses they got. And if I read it, because they don't get to the point, they never get to like, you could further subdivide a house into a duplex. That's not going to increase the number of rooms. It might increase the number of units, but not the number of rooms. How many Latinos do we know? Let me, I'm kind of curious because you have a fair amount of Latino audience. How many of you either in your life or knew a life previous Latinos that lived in the garage and you fit 5 to a room or something like that because you were worried? How many? But now if you guys don't get a house, nope, you don't get that American dream because that's bad. We know it's best for you because you're minorities and little millennials. Doesn't the condescension do you not see it? So I have trust in Dr. Glenn Reynolds of PJ Media. So here it is. I don't care if this is from a right-wing conservative newspaper or libertarian. I don't care. They're going to tell me what it is. I don't hear about long racist zoning laws prevent. It's like, no. The solution is not eliminate single-family homes. California bans single-family zoning in most neighborhoods statewide. Why would you live in? Why? You're not even allowed to have a home. Soon, you know what they're going to do is next time you sell a house, like a single-family home, they're going to make it so that you have to split it. They're going to make it so you have to split it. Mere days after surviving a vigorous and expensive recall attempt, California Governor Gavin Newsom wasted no time quietly signing 3 authoritarian bills into law. The trio of bills is meant to boost housing production and supply while also fighting the housing crisis in the state. Again, I'm no economist, but can't you build both? Or maybe liberate the zoning laws? Like, I don't care. Look, I'm no fan of the boomers. Like, hey, listen, baby boomer in Del Mar. Hey, what is it? Laguna Beach baby boomers. No, they're building some housing over here. And no, they're not going to be 6-bedroom, 7-bathroom homes. It's just a quiet 2-bedroom, 3-bath. Yeah. These bills were sponsored and pushed solely by Democrats in both the state assembly and the state senate. Not surprisingly, as Cal Matters reports, they include 2 of the year's most controversial proposals. Man, I hope now that Minnesota's like all Democrat state and the House and the Senate and the governorship, man, I hope you guys pass some great laws over there. I hope you follow California's footsteps. And not surprisingly, first, there's SB 8, which is an extension and clarification of Housing Crisis Act of 2019. I wonder if you train more people to be tradesmen if you have more housing. No, you need more liberal arts majors coming out of Stanford. This bill prohibits local housing agencies and developers from changing the rules during the application process to streamline the building permitting process. That's not bad. Okay, so what's wrong? I don't see anything wrong with that. The bill, here it comes. Bill also limits local government's ability to reduce density standards on lots already zoned or planned for residential use. Okay, that's like, I don't see what's wrong with that. You said X, we're holding you to X. So far, not a problem. Then there's SB 9, which allows most California homeowners to build 2 houses or 1 duplex on lots where there's only 1 single family. 2 houses or 1 duplex on lots where only 1 single family house was formerly permitted. Okay, that's giving more rights to the individual. So far. The bill also permits some homeowners to split single-family home into to build 2 additional units. On the other half, units have to total 1,200 square feet and be outside fire zones or historic districts. Owners must occupy the main homes for a minimum of 3 years after splitting lots. Okay, and then you add all these strings. I don't live there. I don't care. I don't live in states where people poop in the street. That's just how it goes. Third, there's SB 10, which allows local governments to rezone single-family lots to allow buildings with as many 10 units as long as they are in urban areas and near public transport hubs. Like SB 9, this bill also allows homeowners and developers to skip the lengthy review process with each project suspect to final approval by local. Okay, now I'm confused. Let me read this again. It doesn't seem like they're banning single-family home developments. That's got to be the first thing, guys. The first thing. Which allows governments which allows local governments to rezone single-family lots to allow buildings with as many as 10 units as long as they are in urban areas near public transit hubs. Like SB 9, this bill also allows homeowners developers to skip the lengthy review processes with each project subject to final approval by the local government. It just gives homeowners more rights, or real estate owners. Where's the ban? Now, is there a clause that bans single family? Where is it? Like most tyrannical leftist policies, bills were pushed under the feel-good guise of solving the affordable housing shortage and lowering the homeless numbers. Yeah, because the homeless in California they're just going to go get a loan. True, these bills purport to allow state and local governments easier access to resources in order to provide more housing more quickly with greater reach and coordination. But when has more tyrannical government regulation ever yielded better results? And like most tyrannical leftist policies, is riddled with unintended consequences. Explain it to me. The bill set a dangerous precedent for state government usurpation. Usurpation of local control. If local municipalities cannot decide for themselves how they want to zone and for what type of housing they want to zone, what's next? Will state governments tell us where we can live or where to? Where is it that you can't build? Am I missing it, guys? But also the atmosphere of vibe with little or no thought for property owners who bought earlier when local zoning laws were in place. What about property values? What about overcrowding? What about parking? Well, doubling or even quadrupling water and utility demands in a state that is already. Apparently, these things don't matter. You not live. New zoning laws. I cannot begin to tell you how thrilled I am with the possibility of have at least 2 new units on either side of my Southern California house backyard for people who otherwise want to live in my community. Does it say you can't? Does it say you can't? We have failure on both sides of the political aisle. So is it this? Let me reread this. Ban, vote to vamp. Okay, LA Times. LA Times, help me out. Are you going to just tell me about how everything was racism before? No, I'm not subscribing, LA Times. I'm not subscribing. Slate says SB 9 effectively bans single-family home. Naturally, opponents of exclusionary zoning, a practice with a racist history, has severely curtailed. Symbolically, on the ground, the reality will not be instant housing abundance or the destruction of the suburbs, for better or worse. Zoning is a powerful obstacle. That was one of the conclusions study. Largest limitation by far is simply that lightly densifying most parcels won't pencil. What? Oh my God. You think so? If there was in the article, President Biden has, let's just say President Biden has cancer. That's the title of the article. First thing, what type of cancer, when he was diagnosed? I don't. No one's telling me anything. No one's telling me anything. You know, the fourth pillar of government, you're supposed to act as our nervous system to tell us what's going on. Oh, everyone failed. Everyone failed. I don't know. Do you guys know? Hang on. Someone in the chat room. Someone tell me what's going on. let's do this. Okay. Help me out here, guys. Can someone explain it in the chat room? I'll go through some super chats and I'll look through it. Let's just catch up on those. Rusty Cage, $5 generous with nothing to say. Thank you, Rusty. My truth, the king. $2. Nice haircut. Now feedback. Boomer hate boner. Now feedback. Boomer hate boner. Girlfriend gave me a haircut. I just put product in it. Like, I usually have the exact same haircut all the time. Maybe it gets a little lengthy and shaky, but she's like, oh my God, you need a haircut. You know what I say? Sure. Okay. I don't care what I look like. I don't have girls banging down my door. I don't have girls running away from me. I'm solidly in the middle. I'm a solid 9. I'm not a freak of nature. Nor am I Sterling Cooper. Give me a haircut. You know what? Okay. One hair is out of play. I don't mind. It's when I put product in it and I shave it. I'm not wearing a hat. Then people notice. Oh my God, you look handsome today. It's called clothing. Eric Burns, Marsh, $2. California American Dream. That ship sailed a while ago. I know. I still have not been. I should not have to look this hard. I know they say when you're writing for the public, write for an 8th grade level. Look, can you just tell me how it banned it? I didn't read anywhere where it said it banned it. Did you guys pick up where it said it banned it? I didn't. Dong is fun. $2. Cappy. I love seeing you all yell at clouds. How can you get perturbed? I just want to know. Like, aliens attacking. Headline news. Where are they attacking? What are they attacking with? What do they look like? Do we stand a shot at survival? I'm not a newsroom editor, but these would be the main questions I'd be asking. Aliens. We used to think, they go off on some tangent. There's a potential that aliens might hurt us. What are they doing now? What do they want? Cynic in Chief, 5'1" Cappy on the screen. Is this a YouTube short? Oh, please go ride some roller coasters, Cynic. Go ride some roller coasters. My truth, $2. This idea out. No save rain, H2O instead to ocean. They voted against it. They voted against the desalinization plant. California, we can't get any water. Oh, the electricity. You got to build a nuclear power plant? You're not. Oh, well. I do not for a second doubt that somewhere, quite purposely and intentionally, there is a clause or a catch or a gotcha that effectively does outlaw single-family homes. But what the news reporting agencies did here is they did not tell me. They did nothing of the sort to inform me or explain how. When you yell at the clouds, I'm with you, man. Yeah, I aim westernly so that I, yell at California. Atham, you're in California. Yeah, exactly. What's happening? What is happening, Atham? Did they tell you minorities you can't get a single family home? Woo, lad, $5. How bad do you think inflation will be over the next 10 to 30 years with rent and food? One day I hope to afford these oval things I follow. I don't know. I will tell you this. Take the amount of money they print, right? And then each year and subtract the GDP. Like, we printed 10% more money. GDP went up by 5%. Subtract the 2, you get your inflation rate, 5%. Now, specifically in terms, that's overall prices. In terms of agriculture and food stuffs, it depends how much food we produce. If we print off 10% more money, but the agriculture industry only prints off or makes 1% more food, well, you're going to have inflation of 9%. So, in the chickens, I'd imagine it's very short supply chickens. I don't know. I didn't look at it. I don't have kids. These things don't concern me. I only got one mouth to feed. I'm doing keto and I'm old and I'm grumpy and I just can't eat as much as I want. So it's not like I'm blowing a ton of money on food. Adonis 95, software development goal of 100,000 a year. Word, I will just stale there and start living for payday. Single, no kids, no debt. Does real estate desires later on after 100,000 from job sound good? No, you need to read Reconnaissance Man. You need to find out where you want to live, and you absolutely should not be buying property in California. Why would you live in California? California is like the big four. Trying to think what else. College, K through 12. You get in and you get out. So if you are, a young programmer and you get, I don't know, you get accepted to work at Google or Facebook, absolutely go there, work, get your van, go sleep in the parking lot, make your money, get your experience, to get the hell out. Once you, and like, not only work for Google, but you immediately start trying to build up a side business. Like you get some independent contract stuff. And then once you got enough money to leave and you could support yourself in a small little place, go do it. Word, I'll just stay here. To create more affordable higher because average home price. Okay, JD, what did they do? In Canada, did they ban single family homes? I doubt they did it. Thank you, Torgo. That's good to know. There's a bifurcated market, the very rich and the very poor. I think everyone's as lost as me. I think everybody as lost as me. Ass bucket, $2. When everything is racist, is nothing right. Correct. The word racism or sex, any historyism means nothing now. How many legit bigoted people do you know? Okay, I know one. And even then, it's like, well, wait, isn't that a black guy you like? It is. You like women. I mean, you may have your criticisms of them as a group, but if you were truly bigoted, you'd want nothing to do with them. But I see you hanging out with a black guy. What's going on? Oh, my truth, $5. When will they outlaw chickens to grow your own eggs, or chickens or old chicken with no eggs or chicks left in them to cook them into chicken? Remember when good old plant seeds disappeared? April, May 2020. The people that are in charge of California are leftist academics and theoreticians. Not a single one of them has worked a day in their lives, and that's why they literally don't know where food comes from. They of all the other different things, they're surprised that, like, especially in San Francisco, where it made it like, well, we won't prosecute you if you steal less than $900, and then they're wondering why downtown San Francisco literally has people sleeping in the streets, and there's no business. You should do that just to check it out. Go to downtown San Francisco if you can. Do it. Just go drive around in the middle of a Tuesday, where normally people would be working, and just walk around, look at all the bums sleeping in the alleyway. Look at the buses run with maybe 5 people. It's kind of cool. It's like a post-apocalyptic feel. There's no one there. There's all these buildings. Glenn Lawrence, did you get my clip? Yeah, it sucked, Glenn. What was that? Do you have something a little more you don't have to make a full production of it, but it was like, it was a deep voice, and then Clarey original, and cut off early, unless I didn't get the whole video. It's like a 2-second video. Oh my God, look who came back. Did you have a fun time with Terrence Pop, Donna? Did you have a nice romantic liaison or affair over there? Do you enjoy hanging out with the man from Michigan? Donna Hannaford for $2 Australian. She sends a super sticker. I don't think anyone knows. No one knows. What a failure on the part. This is the biggest failure of journalism I've ever seen. No one can tell me and point to me like, and this is how single family homes are banned. Not a single one. On our side too. RJ Payne, I finally left California last week. Bravo. Laco took over the OC. LA County took over Orange County? I don't know. I don't care. Wholesome DJ Aftershock, $5. I remember everyone in Minneapolis was moving to Scott County, Minnesota back in 2000s. Hearing that movement is picking back up again with the yuppies. Wholesome, you'll know if you're familiar with the Minneapolis area, St. Paul area. When I was young and pretty, all the hipster kids were going to St. Louis Park, and it became this sanctimonious, like proto SJW woke hipster. I want to live in Seattle, but I don't want to leave the good schools for my parents. So right next, one of those inner ring suburbs. Every city has an inner ring suburb, like the first ones, usually from World War II vets coming home. St. Louis Park was one of these. And they would go there because I had access to the metro, the downtown area with the culture, but I was still in a safe little neighborhood. Now St. Louis Park is turning into a crap hole. And now people are like they're getting way out. They're going out into the exurbs. What's Scott County? Is that St. Paul side or is that Dakota? I can't remember. Yeah, I guess people don't like crime, traffic. I know we always focus on the crime and the burning buildings because it's sensational. I just, the traffic, like, that's just, no. Why would you deal with traffic? Why? That is the biggest. LA, my biggest complaint about LA wasn't the homeless, wasn't the sanctimonious leftists. It was just the traffic. I'm like, what? The bum doesn't take my money except through welfare, but the traffic took 4 hours of my day out of my life. That's the real cost, but I don't know. I guess that doesn't make headlines. So are the yuppies heading out now to Scott County? That would explain why a couple places turned purple or blue. These millennial soccer moms now. Nothing's too good for my little children, but I'm still going to vote Democrat because I know so much better. Bail me out my student loans, please. My husband doesn't make enough. What do you mean you don't know how to fix a toilet? You have a college degree just like me. Here we go. This might help. Kel says, Aaron, in Canada, the cost of the land is more what you're paying for. Developers are the only people who can afford lots, so adding additions for rental or second units is the norm. Okay, but well, thank you, and that does explain some of the underlying economics. As it pertains to California, I didn't see anything in any of the articles I read that you can't build a single-family home anymore in California. Eric Burns Marsh, $2. Bad mouthing St. Louis Park. 25% of us is self-hating. You got to get that up there. Wait, 25%? That's like the most proud city then in all of Minnesota. 25% of you are only 25% self-loathing? Only 25%? I'm surprised they haven't kicked you out of the state. You have to be at least 80% self-loathing. Scott County's in Shakopee, down 169 and beyond. Oh, okay, so kind of by the casino. Yeah, you're across the river. Yeah, okay, got it. Boo-ba-da-boo, boo-ba-da-boom. All right, we're caught up. Let me go through some fan mail. So anyway, there we go. I guess we learned nothing. I thought it was going to help out. Like, hey, look at don't go to California. Not that any of you guys would. It was more like, look, the fascists are coming. They're just not going to let you have a single family home. So let me go through. I got to clean out this stuff. Renato, I don't have to mention his last name. It's some nice. I only have one hate mail today, or past 2 months. But a lot of very kind emails like recently. You don't have to send me kind emails. Don't fill in my bio unless there's something like really important. Your videos do bring me such a peace of mind and a push to keep my life on track. God bless you, Mr. Celery. There is certainly a place in heaven for you. No, there is not. You only see the good part, guys. You really do. So like for those of you who have been to AA, you got to go and apologize to people that you've wronged, which you should do anyway. And it dawned on me, like, go where you can to find and make amends. And the problem is, like, well, you travel, you move, you don't remember. That's something you don't remember. They got to tell you. That's good. Just so you know, when you get blackout drunk, nothing really good comes of it. The best you can hope for is is neutral. But ain't nobody ever said, dude, you remember that time you cured cancer last night? I'm like, what? No, man, you were hammered, but you had this that never happens. Hey, remember the time you solved cold fusion? No, I don't. Well, you wrote it down, and here it is. You solved the energy crisis. You're a hero. It's never that. It's never that. But yeah, I got, I haven't murdered anybody or anything drastically like that, but I'm no guys, no different. Just a schmuck that had the right timing on the internet and a little extra rage. That's about it. Although I will say, working full time, going to school full time, that kind of forged me. But no, there is no. Oh, that's what I was going to say though. I will have to. It dawned on me with the internet, I can do like an apology, and it's good to see. That's the thing though. I don't want to come off like for anyone I may have offended, I apologize. It's like, no, that's not the intent. It's the intent that I have an audience and I have this platform, and for anyone that I could otherwise not reach out to in person, that could be an apology. But I don't want to see. Then you got to do it right, because everything. I'm sorry, what I said may have offended you. Yeah, that's not what I want to come on say. But larger point. No, and I'm not Christian. I'm not weird like DT, where he hates God but claims to be an atheist. That's a little weird to me. I'm like, you hate God, but whereas I'm more of an agnostic. I don't really know. I like to think there's a heaven. That'd be great. Could see my grandpa again and my dog Louise. She was a sweetheart. What else would be in heaven? My great grandma that I never. No, my grandma that I never got to meet. She died when I was 1. I could meet great grandma Clarey. That'd be cool. She loved us to death. Oh, we get gum. We got double mint gum. Dad didn't want us to have this. She just, well, here you go. When she had the old, well, great grandma, what is she? I was that 84. Yeah, I think, God, that woman could have been. She could have been born in the 1890s if I do the math right. Yeah, but God bless her. I never, little kid, get to know her. Hope you're doing well. All the best. Well, thank you, Renato. I appreciate it. Let's put that. That's a happy one. Let's put that in the book. That's a happy one. This is from Ether. Aaron, my brother advised me to read The Curse of High IQ. I just wanted to say thank you. This book has changed my life. I took several tests after reading it. The lowest score was 130. There you go. Welcome to the club, and welcome to the sea of idiots you get to swim through for the rest of your life. Please take advantage of them. That's why they're here. As far as I've concluded. In hindsight, my life now is making more sense after reading what you wrote. Shockingly relatable. Cheers, Ether. Well, thanks, Ether. I appreciate that. That also is a happy message. Let's put that into the memento box. Oh, okay. That guy said I should probably do a follow-up email with him. Ryan, he writes a title, Nothing But Appreciation. Hey, Aaron, I've been a casual viewer of your content since 2015. I've never had to pay an asshole because I typically make good decisions. That being said, I get a lot of free entertainment from your work. If you're ever in Raleigh, North Carolina, and need someone to grab a drink with, I'll leave my number. Merry Christmas. He left his number. P.S. See Grace shut down if you're familiar. R.I.P. to a great jazz club. Was that the one in Raleigh? I have one of my best friends lives in Raleigh. I have been to a jazz club in Raleigh. Best Ryan. Well, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, if I am, I'll put that in the memento box. No, wait, I should put that in Raleigh. Let's just put that in. Okay. Joe Jones. I think this is the dapperly dressed black gentleman. He's like a young Kevin Samuels. I think this is you, Joe. Tell me if I'm wrong. He makes the occasional super chat. Yeah, He says book reviews and me ranting. Oh, so you have your own YouTube channel. Okay, I'm gonna save that and will not archive that one. I gotta get through that later. From Josh. Josh writes, this link, if you're apprehensive about clicking on it, is from the New York Post talking about how couples are living together apart and how that's a growing trend. I remember a certain angry economist talking about this. Really, the Economist was ahead of the newspapers? Shocked. I thought you'd get a kick out of it. And I do want to talk about this. Let's open that up. I'm closing out all these windows I have about California. Just didn't happen. Wait a minute. Gianna Hawking. This is the one that Better Bachelor always picks on. Okay, so I'm already suspect of this. So New York Post is a little bit, what would we call it? Tabloidy. And Gianna Hawking is this Australian slut. Maybe she's not. It could be all an act. She could be like the guitar player for Slayer. He's actually like this church-going conservative Christian, but Slayer literally has the Pentagon as their sign. But he's like this devout, married, happy. I mean, he just got the long hair. Maybe Gianna's just faking it. Maybe she's like, ooh, slut in the city. And all of our articles are like, oh, men, am I right? I'm giving up on sensationalism. Ooh, blowjobs at nightclubs. It's okay. Whatever. You can look her up. So I'm wondering how much of her is legit. Like, she could be like just the stay-at-home mom. Like, look what I wrote. I told all the other girls to be sluts. But I love you, honey. She's like wearing a French maid outfit, serving her man cocktails and making sandwiches. This is written by her. Living apart together, new dating trend sweeping the U.S. that might just save your relationship. January 2nd, I woke with oh, God. Oh, I forgot she writes. Oh, it takes forever for her to get. It's all about her. Can you just write? Just get to it. Brilliant flashbacks to my New Year's Day antics. I chose to have a very quiet New Year's Eve and attend a very raucous and ridiculous fun party. This woman is in her 40s, I believe. At a fancy new bar on New Year's Day. Instead, the ticket price was rather outrageous, but I felt like celebrating the start of a brand spanking new year proper, so I treated myself YOLO and all that shit. Okay, let me tell you guys something. I'm going to give you some inside baseball, and you girls too. If you still feel compelled to go out to a New Year's Eve party or a nightclub or something past the age of, I'm going to say 35, you are doing something wrong. You have missed out. Like, you should be like, well, let's go for a nice dinner, do a little bit of dancing, which I told you guys the story of. And we were in bed by 10. It's just another day. There's nothing special about the universe. The earth just happened to make it to that same point around the sun, which was arbitrarily set to, technically not. I guess you have the solstice and all that. So there are demarcation points. But here on planet Earth, ignoring the zodiac and where we are, you just, I want to watch the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to stay in and have you dress up in lingerie and serve me cocktails and then give me a blowjob. And then we go to bed at 8:15 p.m. There we go. That's the American dream, except not in California because you'd have to do it in a condo. Now I'll jump forward to the following day and I'm nursing a whopping big hangover as I lazed about in bed pondering how to spend my day. Spoiler alert, it consisted of a massive Netflix binge and 2 Uber Eats orders. I had a rather nice thought. Isn't it great not having to share my bed with someone in the house today? Some pictures of some old ladies there. No having a shower out of courtesy of the other person, no squabbling over what to binge. Selling for cinema, blah, blah, blah. I could literally be a lazy slob all day. Blah, blah, blah. That's exactly, I was chatting to a friend about it later this week when she agreed, yes, that's exactly when my partner and I refuse to live together. There you go. There you go. That is the new marriage. That is the new ideal situation. Unless you have kids, then you got to figure it out. But if you are like serious and committed, the best thing, they always say don't cohabitate for legal reasons. I say don't cohabitate because it's a roommate arrangement. Doesn't matter that she's female or you're male. It has nothing to do with it. It has, for once, it's not sexual dynamics. Because like when you're by yourself, you could completely operate on your own in your own domicile. And there's no more important place than your house. Now, in olden times, no, in all instances, there has to be one lead and one follow. The question is whether the follow is going to do what the leader says, which is the cause of all angst. But inevitably, someone has to relent, because compromise, you get the benefits of none and the drawbacks of both. Right. So when you got your own house, like right now, it's great. I got the place to myself. You guys may have noticed a fair amount of increase in production. A lot of videos today. That was more because I was hosting company, and well, I guess that's true too. Doesn't matter whether the girls are here or not. I was hosting company. TJ Martinell was down, which I appreciated the visit, but there was somebody else here. We went hiking and did a lot of fun stuff. Not the fun stuff he does with Vince and Rurb. I do heterosexual fun stuff, like male friend stuff, not the stuff Robin, not the butt stuff. That's their department. But it's the roommate situation. And unless she's really great, or like you're really submissive, again, I don't care if the woman leads and wears the pants and the guy is submissive. Okay, that could work. But here, watch my video on Windex. Not a crisis, of course, but man, I was happy to use some Windex and actually clean something that actually worked. But yeah, man, like, you want to be happy, get away from each other. Have your own separate place. No, I'm here. What if she cheats on me? What if she does? I guess so. You should not have your complete and total happiness invested in that. You just be, if you do, just let me know. Well, I would never. You may not. Just let me know if you do. I'll be fine. You see, they too adore their alone time and have rebelliously chosen to ignore the societal rule that says you must live with your partner after a significant courting period. Women are usually the ones pushing men on that. Or what? Are you girls finally? You like your own place? Okay, good. Nope. Instead, they've mapped out the perfect life together, yet apart. Here's a Photoshop picture of Gianna. I was intrigued, dear reader, intrigued. You see one of the many reasons fighting. Bob, how long did you write? I'm not saying it's for everyone. Oh, don't you just love destroying the societal rules placed in front of us and choose to live a life you enjoy instead? Okay. I don't think she's faking. I think she actually does live this lifestyle. Lady, you're miserable. You're going to New Year's Eve parties in your 40s and you're getting hung over? All right. Okay. There you go. I agree. I've talked about it before. Once again, I'm proven right. Okay. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. Our Australian 10 agent in the field, I won't mention details. This is one of the 10 male 10s I interviewed and talked about what's it like being on the other side of that galvanized process. Really insightful. And we've even kicked around like writing a book of 10s, kind of like a T-Rash sort of thing. Oh, my captain, I hope all is well with you. Thanks for your continued quality work and insight. Listening to your posts on female Facebook database on men. 3 things. My fellow red pill bachelors tell me they wear the vitriol on such pages as a badge of honor. Okay, so it's happening down in us too, eh? Paradoxically, the more trash that is spoken about them, the better their dating prospects, as women will always wish to change T-Rash. What? Okay, hang on here, because you're an Australian agent in the field. T-Rash is American, right? And you Australians have to butcher the English language and come up with the wobbliest, bobbliest names for things. What would be the Australian version of T-Rash? Oh, he's the dipsticker. They get dip the stick. What? But almost that sounds too normal. There's got to be some B's and P's and L's and Y's, and it has to sound funny. Someday if I tell my little 3-year-old nephew, he's going to laugh at me. Oh, you like wallabies? Secondly, it goes without saying that if this was flipped, if men had such a webpage, can you imagine the collective invective and outrage? Yeah, but you can ignore them. Also, I think some guys have gone onto these places as girls. They set up female profiles saying, look, I just found out I got herpes. I'm wondering if you've been dating this guy. I really got to talk to you. That'd be hilarious. Lastly, this is a meta. Lastly, there is a meta game behind. What is meta? I can't help think that this is just another, albeit larger, S test. Okay, so there's an underlying game behind this. Is that what you're trying to say? I can't help think that this is just another, albeit larger, shit test that is subconsciously and collectively engineered by the Borg to winnow the T-Rash from the betas. As I've said, T-Rash doesn't care. Hell, he'd love being on the page. Yeah, probably. It'd be kind of cool. I do know one guy had a client and he was not T-Rash. He was a 7 and girls were slamming on him. And he reached out to the girl and said, please take that down. I don't like pictures of my house or place he was at. There was some private information. For some of these girls, maybe like, ooh, Becky over on the Upper East Side dated Jonathan. I'm going to show Becky. I'm going to get Jonathan next. Maybe I don't go to New Year's parties anymore, man. I don't stay up past 10 p.m. I'm going to bed. So maybe that does happen, but I've seen it. That won't be all the cases. I think these women they're just venting. They're just it's their cathartic release. It's their chance to pile on, and I'd say the majority of cases hate on men. And I'm done with this point of providing exceptions, well, now of course not all women hate men. Some of them have had, what's his name? Okay, critical drinker. Hollywood hates men. They do. I don't care. Well, no, you don't understand. We're just doing affirmative action. No, you hate men. I'm not splitting hairs no more. There's a huge misandrous culture out there. A lot of people hate men. Hating men is actually institutionalized in a couple places. And I'm just writing it off as hate. I'm done with feminists. I really do care about men, but you all should work more and pay more in taxes and not get promoted as much as me. I'm like, well, that's not hating men. It's just saying you don't hate men, but then treating us like you hate us. And I don't care what you call us. It's more the behavior I care about. So you effectively do. Like, look, if you said, I hate men, but your actions were treating men kindly, then I'd say, well, I don't care what you say because your actions. But your actions do hate men, no matter what you say. Well, no, I like men. No, you actually do hate men. I don't care what you tell yourself and him. Even you might think, well, I don't really hate men. I don't see them wish to go after them. It's like, well, then why do you keep putting policies in or advocating societal behaviors or whatever that treats them like crap? I don't hate black people. I just don't want them to vote. I think the 3/5, like, you understand what I'm saying? Saying we should promote women over men is the equivalent of me saying, I don't hate black people, but we should get back to the 3/5 law. Well, what do you, I don't hate Asians, but we shouldn't give them driver's licenses because they drive slow. I don't hate women, but man, we should repeal the 19th. What, really? Do you, huh? I love you. That's why I have to beat you. I mean, what? More broadly, the Facebook page has killed online dating for professional men who have any type of public profile. Good point. We can't afford to have our clients, colleagues, or peers look at our personal information or data, all of which I find fascinating. What is it about collective feminine nature that would lead them to self-sabotage such a way? I believe I've already answered this. Yes, and I don't think they really like men that much. I mean, they might want one guy, but they want that guy for themselves. And a lot of this is T-Rash didn't call him back. So now they want to get back at him. But there's a difference between T-Rash and, I don't know, the deputy chief of police, who might be, one of the most eligible bachelors in the community. He can't go on because, oh my God, Lieutenant Johnson, gossipy, no. And so now Lieutenant Johnson is no pun intended. He's not out on the online dating apps anymore, ladies. Be curious if you're a, captain of a police department or the police chief. Like, do you got a date? Like, that's gotta be kind of a different dating strategy, different dating world. Like you almost can't date within the town or the county, I'd imagine. Although I'd stop Andy Griffith and Barney Fife. They'd always go with Thelma Lou, and Andy was a slut. Andy always had a new girl. Though towards the end, he had the school teacher with the short hair. She looked like she was into bondage. I'm not a big bondage guy, but if you watch the Andy Griffith show, of course, all these girls were very pretty that they had on. They were cute girls. And then the last one had those ice blue eyes and kind of a bob cut brunette hair. Like, oh, yeah, she wants to be punished. Oh, yeah. She has anger issues. She's not gonna lie quietly. Oh, no. She is not the French maid type. She is the Betty Page leather type. Oh, yeah. She was also a teacher. So, man, when teachers were pretty, well, they weren't pretty when I was young. That was the movies, though. Where we go? As times moves on, the more interaction I have with beautiful women, the more I realize just how much they hate beta males. Yes, they do. As I've said before, they will sniff out T-Rash from across the room and knock over their mother and bestie to get him. Just some data and thoughts I thought you'd find useful. Keep well, Captain. With kindness, will keep you anonymous. He sent me a picture of, woo! Hey now. Kazooms. Those are, now see, he's got a sweater on though. Is that like false advertising? They almost look like that. They almost look like that. All right. Put that into the book. Here's the one hate mail I got. It's from Dane. Dane, you suck at hate mail, man. Death threats, small penis joke, who hurt me? You just said you are a loser. That's it? That's all you got? I should have people send me their resume, like their LinkedIn profile. Hang on, can I look up this guy? Hang on. Maybe I can. Hang on now. See, I already mentioned his name. He may just have entered a false email. Nope. 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 I just entered an email. Darn it. All right. Won't be able to look him up. I guess I'd look up his IP address and kind of find him. But nah. Well, that's not even a hate mail worth saving. You always, you know what? Here's a rule. If you're just not a Democrat, someone calls you a loser, you're not a loser. Like, you just like, okay, what's your nonprofit make work government job? Or do you just outright collect welfare? I advocate balanced budget, low taxes, self-responsibility, self-ownership, paying your own home, and not committing crime. I'm the loser. Okay. In what warped world? Are you collecting a government check? Do you need people to support you? Are you a parasite? You still suck on mommy and daddy's teat? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm okay. That's that. That's my statement. Again, 44. All right, that's it. Oh, we're caught up. All right, let's get to the super chat. Same thing. All right. Let's get to the super chats here. Did I do that? St. Louis Park. Okay, public nuisance, $5. How many hours per week do you spend playing video games? Bought me a Nintendo Switch and now have to find time to play it. I haven't. More recently, I've played more video games in the past 2-3 months than I have years. Only because I was sick for a month and the house got done, and I got Johnny on the spot down here at the Southern Command, fixed up the guy's house pretty good, so I didn't have to do it. So I've been playing a fair amount. I play on average an hour a day, I guess. Obviously not 1 hour precisely every day. Sometimes I'll play 4 and then I'll go days without playing. That's usually how it is. Depends on the weather too, or whether I'm sick. I had to go on another medication because I'm old and like, well, don't work out too much. I'm like, why? Your tendons might break. What? You get fixed. You're okay. You hear it. I'm ready. No, no, no. You got another. So you got an infection. You got to do that. No, don't do anything. Stay at home. Like crap. So yeah, I do have a Nintendo Switch. I enjoy playing it in bed or on the couch. I got an Xbox 360 here, which is a great platform. It has a great library of video games. The Xbox One is just trash. Just trash. And then back at home, I think I have an Xbox One, but I think I'm going to get rid of it and play, get another Xbox 360 out there. Now, you know what I should do? I should just hook up my old Xbox and play the legacy games. Armed and Dangerous, my favorite video game that isn't open environment. Yeah. Wholesome DJ Aftershock, $2. Republic Cucks are a master on Prior Lake and Savage. That's okay. In Minnesota, you don't have to differentiate between Democrat or Republican cucks. They're all cucks. They're all cucks. What do you want me to do, wife? Move back to negative 20 degrees so you can visit your mother who hates me and divorce me and take the kids and force me to stay in Hennepin County? All right. Cynic in Chief, $2. Visited Colonel Sanders KFC life. Pretty 8 digits, Cynic, over there in Kentucky. All right. Okay, cool. Was the line long? A lot of you guys don't know Cynic. He's an interesting character. He does van life, computer programming guy. But his hobby is traveling the country, going to theme parks. But you were down just south of Lexington there. Hey, all right. My truth, $5. Hands off my celery. I've got stepsister's husband's father. Whoa, hang on. Oh, this is not a good position to sit. Obviously, I don't have a very comfy recording. So hands off my celery. I've got stepsister's. Your stepsister, your mom remarried, brought in a kid from another thing because that's a good functional home. She's getting married. Stepsister's husband's father. Her husband's dad, his dad is baptizing your stepsister's. God, I hate the boomers. Why couldn't you people stay married? What is this? All this, you think with all the different cultures and immigrations that we got a lot, African American, Native Asian American. Holy cow, stepsister, half sibling, brothers, cousins, aunts. Well, they were married, but then they did this thing again. Why you're not getting Social Security? Him as a Mormon, back off, buddy. I'm talking the many wives type. Looking out for you. No. Ooh. I'm not. I like Abu American. He's Muslim, of course, and he's got better management skills. No, not multiple wives, multiple women outside the house, maybe multiple plates, multiple mistresses, but not multiple wives. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Stefano Cueto, $10. I've liked your stuff as far back as when the drunken peasants commented on all mental illness is fake video back in the day. Oh, wow, that's a long time. Whatever happened to fat depressing guy who shoved a banana up his ass? What happened to him? Well, that's probably 10 years ago. The Amazing Atheist, that's who. I wonder what's happened to him. I'm sure he's happy and he can go for a hike anytime. That was my first video of yours. Thanks for the content. Well, you're welcome. I had to take that one down because I didn't know if it was going to be like, completely complainted to hell. And now in hindsight, I'm like, no, I should have left it up there. Um, Amazing Atheist. That's who it was. Yes, yes. I guess he comes from wealth. Surprise. Brazil. Philippe is in the house. Yeah, don't cohabitate because it gets boring as F. It's just you get on each other's nerves. Dominate. Look, any woman who is pretty and just changes it up a bit is going to boost your productivity. That's it. Again, I'm not into the. I don't want to be bull gagged. I don't want to be whipped. I don't know. No. I don't want to whip anyone either. Little spanking here and there. That's about it. Are we caught up? I think we're caught up. Oh, no, we're not. Eric Burns Marsh, $5. What's the best platform for retro games? Donkey Kong, Dig Dug, etc. Of all times, I think it's going to be the PlayStation 2. I think it's going to be the PlayStation 2. That just had the best library. Maybe then Nintendo. I think Nintendo, the NES, adjusting for technology. I think those two would be tied. The Switch is pretty good. I like the Switch, but I've had some hardware issues with it. I already had to replace the wands. But yeah, retro. Oh, best for retro games. You know what I do, Eric Burns Marsh? I would go buy one of those cabinets that they have all the retro games in. You get this old stand-up or maybe tabletop. I bought a tabletop Pac-Man. Of course, it's not original. Those are way too expensive. I got a new one for $600. And on it is like 40 games, not just Pac-Man. That's what I would do, is find a cabinet. You can buy them on the internet pretty cheap. I got Donkey Kong. I don't have Dig Dug. I got Galaga, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man. I would say that's the best, because then you got that cabinet. It's kind of a cool little piece of furniture. Oh, little kids love it. Digi Nomad, 2 Canadian bucks. Bullet Train was great. The Japanese storyteller. I know, wasn't he? Do you want a story? No, I'm good. It's a good story. No, I'm good, man. It would be very helpful. No, man, I'm all storied out. Are you sure? No, I'm good. I'm fine. Well, let me tell it to you. You are the ladybug. You take all the bad luck. Well, that sucks. Cynic in Chief, $2. Did an 8-mile hike in Kentucky, took photos of the moon bow. What's the moon bow? Oh, like a rainbow, but it's a moon bow. All right, let me pull up. That's the to-do list. I don't need the to-do list. I need my sponsor list here real quick. All right, academiccomposition.com. Go to academiccomposition.com, where Alex's crack team of writing staff will write your papers for you. Or if you're looking for remote employment, either being a marketer or a writer, where you write people's papers for them, because college is a scam. So tell them I sent you. The Way of Monkey book, which is a mandatory must-to-read, by Turd Flinging Monkey. You could tune into his show, which is not on YouTube, because he wants to take the women's rights away, which I disagree with as an official stance, and in truth as well. Pushing Rubber Downhill, both the website, podcast, and the book, written by Adam Piggott. It is the hero's journey, modernly told, about how he starts out with one itis for his girlfriend. He's in Perth, Australia. She goes to Sydney, which is all the way across the other thing. And in the 1980s, he drives a rickety crotch rocket across Australia, only for her to ignore his calls. And that's just the beginning. That's chapter 1 of that story. So please get that. The Masculine Geeks, check out Masculine Geeks. Check out robsays.net, Red Evening with Jack Napier, Seth Himes, indemandcareer.com. If you're looking for a job and you don't want to go to college, if you are in high school and you're looking for a job and you don't want to go to college, you want to start making money as much as your parents do you want to make $40,000, $50,000 as a 16-year-old? He had a kid that did it. You just school sucks, man. I don't know. Go, please. If you're a young man, young woman, please look up Seth Himes, indemandcareer.com. Tell him the old captain sent you. And then let me put this in the chat room. If you are looking for a Get that. A power assist bike, pedal assist bike, which I have. May I recommend VeloWave? VeloWave is a company have different models, types, off-road, road bikes, different battery packs and things like that. And I got my electric bike. I have the Prado S model, so that if there is no gas, I have a vehicle that will take me and some equipment, depending on the weight of it, 30 miles. I don't know how much more remote I could get, but you never know. Also, these pedal assist bikes will really cut down on your gas bill, especially if you live in an area like Chad does, where you can, pretty much everything is within 2 or 3 miles. You just need a lock for it so people in Chicago don't steal it, because the gremlin is not going to charge people anymore or hold them on bail. So I've linked to it in the chat room there. You can use the discount code Aaron, AARON, and I think you get $200 off. But I enjoy it, and it's practical. It's a nice little bit of insurance. It's way more practical. Like, I'm at least 25 miles out of town. It's way more practical for those of you who live in a hamlet, a town, where you're like, man, if you commuted 10, 15 miles, it'd be great. It does help with losing weight a little bit, so you could bike to work. I enjoy it. So we got that there. What else? That's it. I got for the sponsors. I'll probably have more. Oh, day by day cartoon. Check out Chris Mears' cartoon if you want to have a cartoon that doesn't suck in this world crap. I think that's it. All right. My stuff, I guess, the Achieving Financial Excellence course is now open for enrollment, as it always is. $99. You got my books. I think everyone tuning in probably already has them. But if you're new to the show, take a look at my books on Amazon. They're all finance and economic related. And I guarantee to you that if you buy my books and do what's written in them, I will guarantee you that you will get your money back in savings and higher income than what you spent on the book. Am I done? I'm done. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later, Toodles.